I'm Helen Shields with you for your afternoon. Not sure what your point of reference is for Trinidad and Tobago. If your playlist is anything like First Lady Michelle Obama's, maybe Nicki Minaj. Or if it's more the sporting legacy, if you're a little more cricket inclined, your Trinidad and Tobago reference might be Brian Lara, one of the greatest ever at the crease. But here is a Tasmanian connection to the Caribbean nation. Seeta and her daughter Asia. Hello to you both.
Hi.
Hi. Now, this is our branch of one of the University of Tasmania graduation parties, which has been on the weekend. And Seeta, well before you collected your PhD on Friday, Dr. Seeta, I should be calling you now. What was the start of your education like as a little girl?
Oh, I was educated in Trinidad and Tobago, and I went to Teachers College, that is Mausica Teachers College, and I did a diploma with the University of Sheffield in England. I did my master's there, and at the University of the West Indies in Trinidad, I also did a certificate in literacy studies.
And how, after all of that, did you end up teaching in Kuwait for a while?
Well, I was selected by the Visitors Faculty Program from the United States of America. And I had a contract with them for 3 years. And after that contract, I was again asked to work in Kuwait. And I was there for 5 years, where I taught high school science to grades 10, 11, and 12. But I also did early childhood education for 2 years in Kuwait.
And where did a Tasmanian engineer called Peter fit into this?
Well, Peter was head of the Kuwait Australian Engineering College, and we worked together in an Arabic class, and there I met him.
At what point did you move to Tasmania?
Well, I served my contract for another year in 2010 to 2011. That means I had already completed 4 years, and I had 1 more year to serve there, and after that I came to Tasmania.
This is Seeta Doe with you, who is now Dr. Seeta Doe, incidentally, after the weekend's graduation ceremonies at the University of Tasmania. You're on ABC Local Radio Tasmania. My name's Helen Shields. So what was your first impression of Tassie?
Well, when I came, I found it was too cold.
Well, yes, it's no Caribbean, is it?
No, and apart from that, Kuwait used to be very hot, over 40 degrees Celsius.
Oh, yeah.
And but the people were really friendly. First, I worked at Friends School in the Student Support Services area, and there I met a real, genuine bunch of people. And after that, I started relief teaching, and then I started the doctoral degree. But one of the things that impressed me the most was the Faculty of Education staff. They were so supportive that if I ask a little question, they will go out of their way to explain it. And every member was like that. Even my supervisors, Dr. Andrew Flock, he met with me every 2 or 3 weeks, and he gave me an assignment to get done within that period of time. And even if I submitted it the night before, he will look at it, read it through, make recommendations for our meeting the next day. And then we would move on from that point. I also had another supervisor named Professor Emeritus Ian Hay, and he explained the quantitative analysis to me. He researched Trinidad and Tobago, and some things that he knew about Trinidad and Tobago, I did not even know about it.
Well, that's just showing off.
Well, he told me about pockets of poverty in Trinidad. And I was unaware of this because I knew that the government allowed everybody to do a free undergraduate degree. So I thought, well, Trinidad had lots of money. And then when Professor Ian Hayes showed me, he said, look, they still have pockets of poverty, and you have to actually incorporate it in your thesis. So I did that. And then I had Dr. David Molto, and at the end, he came in really helpful. He analyzed the whole thesis and said, listen, you need 6 chapters in that thesis. Make sure that, it is well organized like that. So my supervisors, they really supported me during the journey of the thesis. I am certain you would like to know what is my topic.
I sure would.
And what sort of methodology I used.
Come on, tell me.
Yeah. So the topic is teachers' confidence with technology. Perceptions of student laptop computer program in Trinidad and Tobago.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the methodology I used was a mixed methods where I did both quantitative and qualitative research. The quantitative study I use something called TPAC. Now, TPAC represents technological, pedagogical content knowledge. And this is where most teachers have technological knowledge, there is content knowledge, and they have pedagogical knowledge. But they cannot integrate all 3 together. So I looked at how teachers were integrating their knowledge with what had happened. The government of Trinidad and Tobago had provided laptop computers for all students transitioning from primary school to secondary schools. And they were given the Lenovo laptop computers. So I thought it was a good time after 3 years to research and see how teachers were integrating the laptop computers. And what I found is that the pre-service teachers were more confident in using the laptop computers, and they were more confident in integrating their technological knowledge with their content knowledge and pedagogical knowledge. So now I have to write journal articles coming out of my thesis.
The quest to be published begins.
I've published just a few articles already, and I attended like a conference in Lithuania. And
you can keep an eye out for the articles, and soon through the University of Tasmania Library you'll be able to read Dr. Seeta, Jaika and Doe's work, and coming soon to a publication near you. Thank you very much.